welcome back. This is episode 59, Smokin' Mirrors. How you living there, fellas?
Yeah, going good, man.
Yeah, good, big dog. Good.
How you going?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm on leave for a week, so...
I just got a new baby in the family.
I do. The baby's like 83 inches, pause.
It's no easy ride.
It just needs to cut in that clip from Boogie Nights. Yeah, I'm good. Got a new TV. I'm really happy with that. New Sony. Hasn't been calibrated yet, so waiting for lockdown to finish so we can get that done.
Yeah. Get Mick from Avocal in.
Yep, definitely. If ever you guys need calibration done, you just look up Avocal and get Mick to do it. Mick's a fucking star.
He is.
My friend is wicked smart.
He is. Okay. I'm going to start off with our streaming news.
Yeah.
So Disney's planning this show called The Nautilus, right? So The Nautilus is the name of, what's his name? Captain Nemo's ship in Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So this is going to be like an origin story of Nemo, which is actually pretty cool. So I haven't actually read the book, but the article was saying that Nemo is like this full-on Indian prince, and he gets robbed and everything of his birthright, so he doesn't get to be a prince, and he gets he's a prisoner on the East India trading company. He's a prisoner for them, and then just says fuck it, and he goes out and he starts looking for the O's that basically ruined his life. This is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
If they do it semi-hard, pause, it should be alright. So this is like a full 10-part series, which is cool. Not
Live
too
action
long.
as well.
Live action. So it's going to be big budget, right? You're going to have to work in those, more than likely, those same tanks that James Cameron used for the Avatar. Does that make sense? Or Titanic, one of the two. It's going to be written and executive produced by James Dorner, and then Joanna Devereaux is going to executive produce as well. And filming is gonna get ready to start soon at the end of the year, or early 2022. They get it done, which makes me think that they will either shoot down here or New Zealand.
Yeah,
because it'd be summer there.
That makes sense.
Got to be a summer vibes.
I always think when you say Captain Nemo, I always think of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that was like the best parts of that movie.
You know that's allegedly the most realistic portrayal of that character is Nemo in that film. Yeah, so that's how Nemo is supposed to be. Because I mean, the original in the original movie, I think it's a white man that plays Captain Nemo. Yeah,
problematic.
Very problematic. Yeah,
kind of sounds like Count of Monte Cristo as well.
Yeah, it's got those vibes. I like it.
Same. I always like the revenge story.
Cool. Same.
Give more of that.
Wasn't there another 20,000 Leagues, either film or show being made elsewhere as well? Or is this the same one?
Animated. It was like a series of films at Netflix.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. So I was wondering, Nemo. I was like, Captain Nemo hose. But no, I was wondering because I was like, I swear I've read something like this before. It was that.
And we reported on it. The Showtime chief, the guy that heads up Showtime and their content division, he was talking about the switch from Showtime to Paramount Plus for the Halo show that's in development with Pablo Schreiber. Bokeem Woodbine's in there as well. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that Bokeem was in there either.
Same. So he was saying, what the fuck was Halo, the show, doing sitting with, a bunch of other dramatic fare that Showtime produces?
Exactly.
It just didn't make sense that Ray Donovan sat alongside Halo, sat alongside Dexter. You know what I mean? Halo would have overshadowed all of them. So he said, it makes sense for Paramount Plus to have this property, and that's where we sort of distribute it. Because Paramount Plus will have its own identity because right now Halo doesn't fit the show times. I thought that was pretty cool. Like that's a good business move in terms of like, you know, the branding that you want your distribution service to have.
Yeah.
It just it makes sense, right? So you don't want something on your network that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It'd be like Disney doing like a full on hard sort of what's this face movie? Like the Daredevil or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it just wouldn't make sense with their branding and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully that means more money. Because this thing's been in production since 2018. Like, I'm pretty sure they could add shit now with that Paramount Plus money. You know what I mean?
So many showrunners right now.
So. No way. That's where the budget's going.
What do you call it? I'm hoping to see some stills of maybe some animatronic grunts or something, but it'll probably be all CG moving forward as well.
Hopefully they have some live action shit. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it would be cool. But moving in, so Apple TV, once again, they've confirmed a series order for The Changeling from Annapurna. So this is based on Victor LaValle's novel from 2017. And they got my boy Lakeith Stanfield to star in here as well. He's going to be playing Apollo. So he's the son of a single mother, and he's in New York as a bookseller, going through hunting like garage sales for first editions, things like that. But then his son Brian's born, and it seems like, you know, everything is coming up Millhouse for him. He stumbles across the first edition of To Kill a Mockingbird as well. But then shit just starts to go sideways as well. So there's these images on these smartphones which foreshadow trouble, quote, quote, unquote. And it just turns into this weird sort of dark parenthood fable as well. So it sounds interesting, something that's in my my weird bag there. We have Kelly Marcel, who's going to serve as the showrunner, who also adapted it as well, with Melina Matsoukas to direct. So it all sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I love Lakeith's work, and this sounds like it's in his sort of playing field as well. So I'm interested to see how this works out.
Fuck yeah, same. I like what he brings. Like, it's like I like his acting more than his voice work though.
Yeah, definitely. When I was watching Yasuke, fucking whoever's watching this, don't butcher me, but I'll watch that shit in Japanese because it didn't feel right with Lakeith's voice on there.
Yeah. Lakeith is still going to catch these hands after what he did to Fred Hampton. I don't care.
It was a character. It was just that scene from Blade.
Okay, so our last piece of streaming news actually this week. So Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill are actually going to team for this. It's an untitled movie right now over at Netflix. Kenya Barris is going to make his directorial debut. So Kenya Barris has been writing in the background for quite a while now. I think he writes all of those ish shows, so Blackish and Colorish and all that sort of stuff. I think he produces all those shows as well. So he's going to make his directorial debut on this one for Netflix, right? So this is Strong Baby, which is what's his face's production company. Jonah Hill's production company is behind this as well. So this is a story about modern love and family dynamics and how, you know, the societal sort of impacts and expectations across like generations helps to sort of, you know, form and affect relationships, right? So Eddie Murphy is going to be on the sort of generational sort of side of it, right? Compared to Jonah Hill's younger sort of, you know, view on that sort of stuff. So it should be good. We'll see how it goes. I wonder if this is going to be more comedic or more sort of, you know, more drama from Eddie. Yeah. Considering, you know, he's been like Coming to America was the only comedy he's done in the last few years. What's his face? Dolomite was more serious, and so was Mr. Church. So see how we go. It's full of dreamgirls. I mean, man, it's Eddie.
Same.
Yeah.
It almost seems like Jonah Hill is going to date Eddie's daughter, and then Eddie's kind of against it.
Like, look who's coming to dinner sort of deal. Like, just switched. They already tried that, by the way.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac was in there.
like as much as like, you know, like Kenya Barris as kind of been around, done some good shit. Like, dude also he wrote Coming to America as well. Coming to America 2.
Coming to America 2. Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
His script could have been so much different compared to what they shot. It's not up to him.
Get it. It's still a strike for me.
It's just the hook, you know, when people do shit on stage.
That's all of our streaming news this week. Jumping into film news there. So, Denis Villeneuve. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm going to roll with it. Denis, that's right, not Dennis. Fuck. Dennis from around the
menace himself.
He was talking to I think it was like Variety or something like that about possibly adapting a Dune trilogy. So we know that like the first Dune's coming out, and that if that does well, then we like, you know, Dune 2 will start to film and they'll roll that out as well. But he was saying there's the sequel to Dune, which is Children of Dune, which would make a nice third part for the books. So previously it was adapted, like Children of Dune also included the Messiah of Dune.
Yeah.
Which is, in the books, that's the trilogy. It's Dune, Children of Dune, then Messiah of Dune. So I wonder if he'll do the same, or he'll, like, you know, just include Messiah straight in there for the trilogy. But yeah, he's saying this is years away.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, you know, WB and Legendary, they're all backing him. They're all backing this production. So hopefully it turns out right.
But yeah, he was saying that the second part of Dune is literally just the second. It's just the second part of the book, right? Yeah. So he split that book in two. And the things that came out, I think either last week or the week before, where he said that Zendaya would be the star is not true. He was saying like that's something got lost in translation there, because, you know, he's Paul is very much the star of this. Yeah.
And he said for the next part they're gonna introduce Harkonnen's other son or nephew, which was played by Sting.
Yeah, in the ultimate, like, you know, Zathura. What is it? Zathura? No. You know how Connery was wearing that getup?
Yeah.
Like he had the ultimate version of that.
That Speedo. Yeah.
That Speedo, man.
Yeah. You have to have the bandoliers in X formation, though, man. That's how you spell trouble.
I mean business.
I fucking love it.
007 inches.
Wow. On the soft.
Buddy. Fucking hell. What do you call it? That had the dirty ponytail with the mow as well, with the handlebar mow too.
Yeah. And it looked like that I was balding even then.
Admittedly, Connery's been balding since Highlander, man.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think he still did a Bond film after that, because he's
Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, I think you can see it. Like it's really thin in the front.
Defcon in the back. So we have Christian Bale back in his fucking mega acting bag. So he's attached to star and produce with Charles Randolph from The Big Short. And it's for David Kushner's Vanity Fair article, The Church of Living Dangerously. The role that Bale's playing is John Lee Bishop, so he's the married pastor, and he was the natural showman for the Living Hope Church, which got so big that they filled a fucking Kmart superstore in Oregon, man, of all fucking places, which is crazy.
That's nuts.
But I know, right? But his story was pretty like rough as well. His childhood, he was raised in like bare knuckle fight clubs. Nearly got fucking mauled by a tiger during one of his sermons. And part of that too was that he was having an affair with a church employee, and he also had just a crazy painkiller and drinking problem as well. Part of the story as well is going through, and his son developed a meth and heroin habit. And his idea of like sort of understanding and fixing the issue is that he too would do the exact same with his son. But then began smuggling drugs for a Mexican cartel and spent 5 years behind bars for it as well. Which is fucking crazy.
That is nuts. How do you go from using to being the smuggler?
He got high on his own supply, B.
Badly. I can help you. I suck your dick.
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
This sounds awesome, man. This sounds like a really meaty role for Bale. Something he can like really sink his teeth into. He said he's not going to do the body changing stuff anymore, but we'll see on this one. David O. Russell's doing this as well, so it should be really good.
Is he? I thought like David O. Russell just finished up with Bale.
I don't know. I thought
That's why
he
was mentioned in the article.
I thought the big short guy was going to produce this, and then David O. Russell was going to direct it.
I don't know.
Either way, it should be good, man. It'd be nice. You know what'd be nice though is if this was an actual series, because it just seems to be so much in here that they could sort of just stretch out. Not so much stretch out, but like really dig into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need the breathing space for this.
It's a hell of a fucking life to live, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of story.
Badly.
Fuck me.
Yeah. All right, so we got Jake Gyllenhaal. So Jake Gyllenhaal's set for this movie called. Is it a movie? Yeah. This movie called Oblivion Song. All right, so this is based on the graphic novel by Robert Kirkman or Bob Kirkman and Lorenzo De Filici. So this is a story about the character called Nathan Cole, right? So Nathan Cole is this guy who makes daily trips into Oblivion, which is like this apocalyptic sort of hellscape set in Philly that they lost like decades ago, and there was 300,000 citizens set in there, right? So yeah, that's really it for that story.
It sounds like The Division.
Yeah, it sounds like The Division and what's his face, the movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, except without vampires and whatnot.
Yeah. Like I'm excited for it, but like it almost seems like he's gonna do this and then he's gonna do The Division afterwards with Leach.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just see that first trailer come out, then we'll be like, fuck yeah, I want that shit.
As long as it's good, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It'll look nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it'll look schmick.
Schmick.
So got some big news out of CinemaCon this week.
Large news, actually.
I think what's the biggest thing was the first Matrix 4 footage was shown there. Wasn't released to the public. Might come out this week. We'll see, because it's nearing on like 4 months until this movie's released, unless it's delayed. But it's officially titled Matrix Resurrections, right? So we reported on that about 6 months ago, when we seen like some of the on-set lanyards and shit like that get released. But what we did get out of there was a trailer description, and it sounds pretty cool. So the new movie is set in what looks like San Francisco, right? And Neo is actually going by the name of Thomas. So his name was Thomas Anderson in the first film. And then he goes in, he's having this appointment with his therapist, which is played by Neil Patrick Harris, who's also rumored to be the villain, the analyst in the movie. But the trailer doesn't confirm that. And then Neo kind of says, well, I've been having like these crazy dreams, but they don't seem like dreams. And he said, like, am I crazy? Apparently in the trailer, it flashes back to the events of like, the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah.
First trilogy that kind of came out. And then it flashes to Keanu Reeves meeting Carrie Ann Moss. They don't know each other, but then something kind of clicks, and then Trinity asks Neo, like, have we met before? And then it just goes into like montage mode. So it's like Neo as Thomas observing like the day-to-day life in the Matrix, and then Yaya's character, which looks like a young Morpheus, which Dave called like maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago, shows up, and he gives him the same choice like he did in the first Matrix with the yellow. Fuck. It's like vitamins or something like that. With the red and the blue pill. And then he says, time to fly. And then it's showing, it shows a young woman with blue hair who like walks Neo through a mirror, and then she shows him the Matrix. There's also a classic dojo fight scene in there with Neo and young Morpheus. And then Neo breaks the dojo room with his powers. So it seems like he's like, already got them.
Yeah.
And then it shows like the pods are back, like the fields. You get to see those. Agents are back. And we see Neo stopping bullets again.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like from this trailer description that we got, it feels like the like Force Awakens. It's almost like the Matrix Awakens, because they're retreading a lot of like the same stuff to get you to the point where, okay, Neo's like the one. So you must realize that very early, because the trailer ends with him like stopping the bullets, and then he redirects a fucking missile at a helicopter.
Yeah.
So it's like big action again.
I'm low-key hoping that this is all sort of leading to Neo being bad rather than good as well.
That'd be a nice little flip.
Yeah.
Also, like the manipulation of the machine world, because they could be manipulating him with this young Morpheus.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's like Matrixception, and it's like the dream world inside the real world inside the dream world? You know what I mean? Like, he thinks he's getting out of the Matrix, but he's just in another Matrix.
Or he's just jacking himself back in.
That's what it looks like. It looks like they just like inserted him pause as is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still hoping that Morpheus is the bad guy. That's what I'm hoping for.
Pulling the strings.
Yeah.
Because he was so hurt that, like, the prophecy wasn't right.
Well, no. Neo did fulfill the prophecy, right? He stopped the war with the machines, but he didn't do it in the way that Morpheus expected him to. And then Morpheus, his job was to find the one, which he did. And, the one stopped the war. It gives Morpheus is, he's not needed anymore. He loses that status then, right? He needs to feel like he's needed. Otherwise, he's just another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying he creates that sort of narrative to actually keep himself useful?
I think what's his face when at the end of the movie you're gonna see Fishburne in a pod. jacked in, and he's going to jack out.
You heard it here first, people. Fishbone in the fucking pod. We're calling it early.
Yeah, that's how I think this movie ends. With him unjacking himself, pause, and that's going to be the reveal. That's why we haven't seen or heard from Fishburne. And they could shoot that stuff anywhere in the world, really, wherever he is.
Yeah.
It'd be a really quick what's-his-face. It'd be cool if he's there with, like, you know, the Merovingian or something like that, because he's rumored to be in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you reckon that, like, young Morpheus's residual self-image?
Yeah. RSI, and he'll just say that he's changed his RSI, so shouldn't matter.
So he can't get tracked.
Can't get tracked. Yeah.
So what Morpheus is, like, you know, triggering another war with the machines so that he can have purpose again.
Yep. So that he can have purpose. It's a nice little story.
I just hope.
It is. It is a nice little story.
Very true. I just hope there's no, like, cheesy fucking payoff where it's like, oh, Morpheus is actually fucking Agent Smith this whole time. Haha. I don't want that shit.
Smith has to be back.
But I just don't want him to be, like, the catalyst for it.
If Neo's back, then Smith has to be back. Because he's the other end of that. He's the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
Right? He has to be there.
Yeah.
Hopefully he is. I'd like that. Even if it's for the sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if, like what they do is they show, like, a reverse of that mirror, and when Neo walks in, Smith walks out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
What do you call it? Chicken and the egg. Like, who comes first, Smith or
The
Neo?
man. I'm just joking. You say that,
Talking jive to me like that.
Neo does.
Neo does?
Yep. For there to be a Smith is already in the Matrix, just like Neo was. Neo has to turn into the one so Smith can become... Neo has to get his powers as Smith can become the one. Because Smith, in theory, is the real one. He brought balance to the Matrix. He changed it to how he wanted it to be. Neo didn't do any of that stuff. He still allowed those people, only the people that wanted to be saved, to get saved, whereas Smith changed everything. He liberated
what if now
everyone.
Neo starts changing everything?
That'd be cool.
A little bit turned off with the time to fly line. Reminds me of, like, time to float.
I was just thinking
But I'm excited for it, man. Dropping, like, I think December 22nd or 24th.
Yeah, it's got the Wonder Woman spot.
Yeah. That's, like, big business around that time. Oh, what I'm doing on Christmas Day.
Well, Sydney's not going to be open, so I might as well.
I know when.
It just would have been nice to see this at the movies.
Yeah. Seen every other Matrix there.
At the movies.
Very true.
Either on the day or, like, midnight session. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
What do you call it? I see you just sitting down to watch The Matrix, but you sit down like Loke Dog and Don't Be a Menace, how he kicks all the shit off the table. Oh, fuck. But nah.
If Sydney's open, you come over my house and we watch it.
Yeah. I'll set it up.
I was
watching that shit on. I was watching that shit on 6.5.
It's terrible. HBO Max, like as a streaming service, kind of trash.
What, like the actual playback
quality? Yeah, it's trash. I was watching C. That's what I didn't put in my notes. I was watching C. Thanks, B. I was watching C, and that it looked like an actual Blu-ray.
Yeah,
that's how good it looked.
Yeah,
my God.
But Apple just got it right, man. Like, it seems like this whole time they patented their tech before they were just like, now we make the show. Fucking crazy. But nah. So with CinemaCon, we had the Matrix 4 ship, but then we also finally got our Jurassic World Dominion footage as well. which is exciting as shit.
Mhm.
So we had some exclamations from Laura Dern and all that, saying, it's everything we could have ever hoped for and more. And they started referring to the original cast from the Park trilogy as legacy characters. And with our world characters, so Owen Grady, Chris Pratt, all that jazz. So the start of it was that a mosasaur, wow. This is that giant fucking fish one that emerges from the ocean to eat an entire helicopter. And then we got some scenes of a raptor running across a building top, as well as a fucking T-Rex in a city. So, there's the usual stunts, there's some vehicles flipping. Sam Neill, I love how they single out Sam Neill and the entire cast face to face with a T-Rex in some woods as well. And there seems to be a lot of footage of all the cast together, working together as well, which is kind of fucking cool. Saying how the dinosaurs look really good as well. So we also got images of like a pair of brachiosauruses being led by a bunch of vehicles in what looks like just a snow-covered quarry. And then later on, we have Chris Pratt riding a motorcycle trying to chase down some dinosaurs as well. We got some scenes of Laura Dern trapped in a cage, reminiscent of the one from the beginning of the first film, whilst water is pouring in as well. But there's also scenes of her in a sunny, well-lit lab. So we get another shot of the Mosasaurus as well. And from what it looks like, Dilophosaurus screams and unleashes his mane.
Fuck yeah.
And then we also get some more shots of a T-Rex going crazy as well, which is fucking cool. But then it seems like we get an homage to the first one. You see someone holding a flare, Triceratops coming through, smashing a Jeep. We get some more shots of Sam Neill as well as Goldblum together. And then another shot of all the stars just looking up at something, reminiscent of the lighting from a T-Rex attack in the first film. But then, like, in regards to, like, area-wise, it seems to be that they're looking like they're in a European city as well, with Bryce Dallas Howard jumping between buildings, and what looks like she's being chased by a raptor as well. But them also doing their Tomb Raider vibe, jumping down into an ancient tomb. That's her and Chris Pratt. And then we get another shot of Pratt on a motorcycle going through some cobblestone streets. So it seems like they're doing a lot of jet setting in this one from what it looks like, or I might be wrong and it's all in the same location. But it's just really exciting to hear about like all the stars coming back together and shit like that. It's fucking cool, man. Goldblum's on his smart-ass fashion again.
Yeah. What's with the ancient tomb, though? Hopefully they don't take this shit magical.
What would they go magical?
Why go into an ancient
go
tomb?
to bloody Middle Earth and just like Kong and find a weapon to fight these these dinosaurs. Jeez.
I just thought of fucking SNL with Sheila Booth, and he's like, magic.
It just feels like why find the ancient tomb? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do we have time for that in this movie?
Do you reckon they're gonna play the whole fucking we found an ancient tomb that tells us how to stop the dinosaurs and shit like that, or how we and the dinosaurs can live together harmoniously as the cavemen did?
Fuck that at shit.
And then they all walk against the sunrise. Yeah.
Like, they open Pandora's box, they all gonna die.
How the hell did Blue get to what's his face? To Europe?
They probably grabbed her
from Montana.
Yeah. Sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a short panning shot of the Hollywood sign, and you're gonna see fucking Chris Pratt and Dallas Howard standing there, and Chris Pratt's gonna get off the phone. Shit just got real. They took Blue.
They better not do any goofy shit in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I just want them to end it like stick the landing. Like, I actually enjoyed Fallen Kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna watch it the other day.
And I do like the horror elements of that T-Rex hunting them in the woods and them not knowing where he's coming from. Like if you see the glowing eyes, fire.
Yeah. I was gonna say Fallen Kingdom when they're trying to get in up that ladder, and then that fucking what's that scientifically engineered fuck that they made? How it's creeping through past the lava and shit like that, and you just see the flashes.
Baryotics?
I think so. Ebonics?
That what's its face in the second one.
Yeah, with Justice Smith and that other lady that's there.
You know, on the chair.
Ankylosaurus or whatever it is. Not Ankylosaurus. I know what it is.
Allosaurus?
Spinosaurus.
Allosaurus is like the one that's like running down the hill when the volcano explodes. This was like a massive Gallimimus.
Yeah. Looked like a bigger raptor.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all of our film news this week.
Yeah. Quite a mouthful in this Fan the Hammer here. These are the only details that we have for this shit. It is now time to fan the hammer. Fan the hammer always sounds like it just reminds me of the squirt maneuver that they do in porn. Pause. Yeah. Whenever you're ready there, BD.
Punch.
Why'd you have to call it the squirt maneuver, man? That's all I'm going to think of.
We're going to call it from now on.
Oh, he doing the SM.
Smokin mirror sweat maneuver. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go. The Succession Season 3 is getting an October debut. Netflix announced its 2021 release slate. There's a whole bunch of stuff there, guys, so we'll put it up somewhere here. Brandon Routh is going to star in Magic the Gathering show. AMC vampire series Firebite starts production. Jacob Anderson will also play Louis in Interview with the Vampire. If you don't know who that is, it's Grey Worm. Paramount Plus plans a Pret-a-Porter remake series. HBO announces loose premieres for Station 11, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and just like that. Marlon Wayne's set for an untitled Netflix Halloween comedy adventure. It's a family adventure, so it's not going to be R-rated. Cowboy Bebop is coming out the 19th of November, and Netflix released some photos there of all the characters. Victoria Mahoney is going to direct The Old Guard 2. Umbrella Academy Season 3 is wrapped. There's a nice little cast video there. Anya Taylor-Joy is set for the Nosferatu remake from Robert Eggers. Ninja Thyberg, which is in Greta Thunberg, is set to direct the Witches Vista remake over at Warner. Letitia Wright got injured on the Black Panther 2 set, but she was back by 1:30. She is a champion. Aaron Pierre is going to be Mufasa, and Calvin Harrison Jr. is going to be Scar in the Lion King prequel. Lewis Pullman, son of Jeff Pullman.
Bill
Pullman. Is gonna star in. He's gonna lead the Salem Slot remake. Sony rebrands the Spider-Man universe as Sony Spider-Man Universe instead of Spunk. Patty Jenkins didn't like the day and date release of Wonder Woman 2 at all. She hates that sort of stuff. Antoine Fuqua allegedly shot the guilty from a van for some of his scenes because of COVID. Because of Chappie's failure at the box office, it killed the chance of an Alien 5 getting made. Jason Statham has been set for The Beekeeper with Kurt Wimmercock writing. Dave Bautista has come out and messaged Jason Momoa and said, "Hey, I want to do a body cop movie with you set in Hawaii," and supposedly they're going to get it done. And Kevin Feige was talking about Loki, Avengers 5, and Deadpool 3, as well as and he said that they're still years out, so don't hold your breath. And supposedly we're getting a Werewolf by Night Halloween special from Marvel on Disney Plus, and that's it.
Very good. That is fanning the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's just whack. All right. Straight into movie trailers there. So we got our first little look at Pedro Almodovar's Parallel Mother, which looks interesting. So it's this like late or mid-40s woman who's having a child. She wants to have the child and she's excited for it. And then on joining her in the room is another mother. She's pregnant, or mother-to-be. She's pregnant in her teens and does not want the baby at all. And it's them kind of from these short words that they have in that room to giving birth, that their lives are now sort of intertwined and things start to happen. You get to see like a lot of like the father of Penelope Cruz's baby, sort of doubting whether that's his baby, getting like paternity tests and things like that, and everything that sort of comes with like a troubled marriage and pregnancy. But it looks good. It actually, like, this trailer didn't give shit away.
Nothing. It was only like a minute and a half, I think, as well.
Yeah, I got more from this. Huh?
It was all in Spanish as well.
Yeah. Like, I got more from the synopsis than I ever did the trailer. Like, if I just watched the trailer, I would have no idea.
No, I don't. Well, is it his baby?
Yeah.
Her baby. Like, what's going on here?
I think that was like, the main like thing, like crux of the movie. But it is not. That's dropping December. I think it's doing like the festival rounds and shit like that, or it's done the festival rounds.
It did. It got like you always see that TIFF label that comes up.
Yeah, Toronto.
And the con and the ferns and all that nonsense.
Yeah, it looks alright. I mean, I'm not going to run out to go see it, but it's there.
The next trailer we got was Maya and the Three. So this looks like a who did it?
Netflix.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix, but someone did it. It's like the something director of the Book of Life.
Guillermo, isn't it? Isn't it Guillermo? It's the director of the Tree of Life.
Director of the Tree of Life. Yeah. So it looks like it touches on the whole Mayan culture and all that sort of stuff, and even though we kind of know what happens, at least what happened in that Mayan culture, but this looks pretty good. It's a nice little anime there. It looks cool. It's got some good players in there as well.
Yeah. Zoe Saldana, that Mercer chick.
Yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias. Alfred Molina.
Yeah. So it's a princess that doesn't really want to be a princess and she wants to be a hero. But this actually looks really good.
Looks like Maya and Moana.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to succumb to the royal calling. Yeah. It looks like something Brody would watch. You know what I mean? I'm always excited with this new shit. Like even Vivo, like Brody was like deep into Vivo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, love that shit. All the new hits that come out. Wish Dragon, all of it. And it's good because it introduces him to like different cultures and stuff like that. This is like different culture but different time period as well. The animation doesn't look dog shit.
Animation looks really good on this, man.
Like I like the paint effects across like her skin. Like it actually did look like paint, like the texture and everything. So yeah, I'm in. You know what I mean? I'll end up watching like the end of this, then the start of this, then the middle of this, and piece it all together.
Very very Pixar-esque how the animation is. And I'm cool with that. But yeah, sounds good. We also got a teaser for Kin, which is the new Charlie Cox series coming out. So this one looks interesting. It's based in Dublin, I believe. and Charlie Cox looks like he just got out of the pen and he's welcomed back by his family. And they're a very, I guess, notorious crime family as well. But then another crime family starts fucking with them and starts killing some of their family, things like that. And so they're locked up, not locked up, but they're hiding away from these guys, trying to figure out what the hell to do. But in classic Vin Diesel fashion, with the power of family, you can overcome everything. And so now they're just trying to work out what to do moving forward as well. But that, like, even the name Kin, I was like, is this Diesel? Is this what's happening?
That's what, like, Fast and Furious 11 is going to be called, Kin.
Oh, man.
Next of Kin will be the spin-off.
But no, it seems interesting. It looks like, is that Cox with the shaved head and a great big bushy beard in some of those scenes as well? It looks like it.
It does look like it. But it might be another guy as well. Because I thought he had, like, he has a beard, but I don't think it was that long. But you don't know with the prison scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true. But yeah, it just looks like it's a limited series as well. Really? Limited? So it looks alright. What do you call it? I'm excited to see it. There's a few other big players in there. I always forget that guy's name that's in there.
Aidan Gillen's in there, Littlefinger.
Yeah. Aidan Gillen.
Who is Irish?
Kieran Hines is in there too.
That's the one.
Yeah, it looks like he goes off, man. Because I think like they kill his son, don't they? And that's how they start this war between the two of them, between the two families. It does look good. Like, it's AMC, and I was like, watch them hold back on the fucks. No.
You can't with English, like, it has to be, you have to, like, especially Irish, they swear a lot.
Yeah, that was like the first thing that came, you fucking. I was like, wow. They let him fly in this AMC number.
Oh man, AMC, all my curses.
I'm liking it, man. When this drops, I'm gonna stay on top of this.
Probably come out on Stan.
Yeah. Little AMC number there.
Stanley.
No. We got Snakehead as well. Little trailer there. It's Snakehead is someone that smuggles drugs in, people in, whatever they need. And this details the story about this young Asian girl, and she's basically doing whatever she wants to survive. It looked a little ugly, this show.
Yeah.
It didn't look that nice.
Very, very early 2000s sort of look to it.
But that also might be the editing as well.
Right.
Like, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm definitely waiting for reviews on this one. Because, it does look very network TV.
It does. Yeah. We got a trailer for Power of the Dog as well. Right, so didn't get to see much, just looked like Cumberbatch being bad.
Yeah, this was mood, this trailer.
Yeah. Cumberbatch just, it's a bit weird, this one. I don't even know where this movie is set.
Yeah, it's like
At
a
first
ranch.
I was like, is that Australia?
Yeah.
No, it's not Australia. Maybe they did shoot it in Australia, but it's not Australia.
New Zealand. That's where they shot it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's Jane Campion, and she did the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it, like, Cumberbatch is like the overbearing ranch owner. And then, Cody Smith-McPhee and Kirsten Dunst can't withstand him.
Yeah. I don't even know what was going on in that trailer. It was just a whole lot of whistle. It was just man's being menacing, whistling.
Yeah.
Wow.
The whistle is menacing.
It is.
Like when you whistle in the dark or something like that, no one can see. We got our first look at the Doogie Howser spin-off, Doogie Kamealoha, which is set in Hawaii. Same premise as Doogie Howser, who was a genius doctor at the age of like 14 or something. This doctor has graduated medical school at 14, is a full-fledged doctor at 16, and is saving lives. And it details her troubles and her struggles as a teen, who's blessed with this genius, can do a lot of things, is like a fucking a medical genius, but also wants to be a normal 16-year-old. And she's dancing between those two worlds. Most exciting thing here was Jason Scott Lee for me.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm not a gay man, but Jason Scott Lee looks pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For his age, he's like mid-50s or something, but has a 20-year-old body.
Oh yeah, dude stayed in shape, so probably just stayed young, just youthful as fuck. Even
he's stacked in this trailer, man.
Yeah, man.
You see him
Dude,
paddling out.
Yeah.
On the waves.
Okay, now.
God forbid they shoot a show in Hawaii that they don't show surfing.
Everyone's a surfer.
Oh god.
Have to, mate. Have to. We also a final trailer. Most exciting one too. I was actually pretty hyped for this. Was Spider-Man: No Way Home. They said this was coming in the coming weeks. I didn't expect it so soon. It should look nice though. So we're going off the stinger at the end of Far From Home, where Peter gets announced as Spider-Mansky there, and everyone knows him. And the trailer looks like it's depicting him sort of having that struggle of, how do I now sort of deal with my personal life as well as Spider-Man's life being on the table. And so the first thing he thinks of is Doctor Strange. Approaches him, talking to him. I fucking love that. We spent so much time together, you can, not refer to me as that. And he's like, okay then, Steve. Okay, that's kind of weird.
That's kind of weird, but I'll allow it.
How Strange's get up there with the hoodie and the cloak?
He just needs a pair of Timbs and he'd be dead ass. So cool.
That's my default winter get up. It's hoodie robe. You know how comfortable that is, though?
Yeah, but it's just too cozy. I get too warm. I can't do it.
Nah, I go barefoot. That's the evener, the great evener, great equalizer.
Man, I'll be sitting down wearing this hoodie. I can't game in it because I just get too relaxed. I've sat here watching videos on YouTube, and I'm like, help me, please.
What if O's got one of those air cons, the portable ones, and fed the hose up their hoodie?
You know what I need to have is just a timer with a bucket underneath my desk with ice cold water and just splashes me. Just fucking go from there.
I thought Oz was going to say that you were going to shit in the bucket.
I know. That's what I saw.
Oh, that's tough. But no, should look nice. So he approaches Strange, obviously, to try and get his anonymity back by making everyone forget that he is Spider-Man and just sort of going forward from there. But it seems like shit starts to fuck up. And now space and time have collided and alternate universes have now opened. And we got our glimpse at Green Goblin's bombs, pause, as well as Doc Ock arriving at the end of the trailer. As well as a new Spidey suit.
Yeah.
Is that Venom? Is that the Venom suit that he's running in?
It looked like it, eh? The black one? It's
one.
It's a black and gold one. The webbing is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a figurine of that suit that someone posted on Twitter, and they're like, yeah, it looks better without the red arms, because it looks like he's upgraded his suit from the elbow up for the black. Because in the figurine, he's still got those red arms like that with the black.
It's almost like Miles Morales then.
Yeah.
So, there's scenes of, Spidey falling through New York, New York becoming, this wormhole type thing.
Yeah.
And inverting on itself. That looks mad.
Also could be a shout-out to the Leap of Faith from Spider-Verse as well.
They did mention something about Spider-Verse characters maybe appearing in this.
Mm.
Mm.
I can't remember if it was in Homecoming or if it was here, where they have the screen comes up and you see Childish Gambino or Donald Glover's character, and it shows his full name. And then someone took that on Twitter and flicked back to him when he's stuck by the car and he calls up Miles like that. Because that's Uncle Aaron. And I was like, I just can't remember where that was.
I think it's Homecoming. What's his face? So there's been some people saying that some of the sand effects could mean that Sandman's in this. And people have sort of broken down. There's this shadowy figure trying to claw at Peter, and they're saying that could be Lizard.
Yeah,
as well. We see the electricity as well of Electro. So
that's right. You didn't get to see Electro in this trailer.
No,
you didn't see any of the villains besides Doc Ock in this trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you call it?
Could be something else, man.
Yeah. They gave us the Willem Dafoe line in there as well when Green Goblin's bomb comes through as well.
Oh yeah, what was the line again?
I want to say it's Godspeed.
You hear the laugh.
Okay.
The Dafoe laugh.
Jesus. Man, Willem Dafoe got an extra gear when his eyes widen like that.
Badly.
That's when you know Dafoe in his extra crazy bag.
Well, Dafoe.
I was just about to say. Does the whole fucking dance as well.
I'm excited for it, man. Like I can't wait for it. Like our December this year is big.
Yeah.
Like it's Matrix, it's Spider-Man,
Witcher,
Don't Look Up is dropping as well. Like it's there's big stuff coming out. No doubt Amazon will have a slew of like hits up their sleeve as well.
Hopefully.
It's big business for everybody.
I go to Hong Kong.
And that's it for movie trailers this week.
Yes, sir.
Last up in entertainment news, last article for the week as well. So the Californian Film Commission, which hands out a lot of tax credits for different studios and their projects, has handed out like $43.3 million to Netflix. So that'll be for their Zack Snyder directed Rebel Moon, which is his samurai sci-fi film that he's developing.
Yep.
We've got Beverly Hills Cop 4 getting a chunk of that, which I forgot for some reason that it was going to be shot and distributed on Netflix. And then an untitled Jonah Hill film, which could be that Eddie Murphy one as well.
Could be.
But if Eddie's shooting Beverly Hills Cop, can he be in two places at the one time?
If it's in LA, he can.
True. So we'll see. But I'm excited for that, man. I'm more excited for Rebel Moon because it's a new property. I want to see what Zack Snyder's gonna do when he's creating something sci-fi. Like I think Sucker Punch was the closest we got to Zack Snyder sci-fi.
Yeah.
So I'm keen. I'm keen for that one.
Yeah.
If they bring the same creative team behind Coming to America 2 to Beverly Hills Cop 4, like for me, it's gonna just be a fucking dumpster fire.
Yep.
I'm gonna need that first trailer and a lot of swearing, like a Red Band first trailer.
Yeah, hands down.
So in that article, they also mentioned that 9.9 million is going to the Scarface remake as well, which Fuqua was on for a while there, as well as 6.6 million to the White Man Can't Jump remake as well, which is also being done by Kenya Barris. So Barris has fingers in many pies. This year. Yeah.
Kenya Barris just be fingering everybody.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's
big business.
Big business.
Yeah. Huge.
I'm excited for it, man. I'm just excited that we're getting content. It feels like like in COVID, like we're not getting the film releases, but the productions are like zooming ahead.
Yeah. Well, everything's opening up now, right? So
True.
people can do it.
But it's weird that everything's opening up and then the Delta variant's hitting at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do?
We
That's
shall
it.
see. That's all
That's
the
it.
news this week.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. All right, big dog, what did you watch there?
I watched Sweet Girl, which was trash. It was terrible. It was not worth watching.
There's not one thing in there that was like, all right, cool.
No, not one thing in there was cool. Yeah. I watched TDK again for those IMAX scenes. I watched Logan. I watched Bright again. I finished off Bright today. Actually, I had the last hour.
What was
I
that?
like
Watching that again.
it. Was good. I like Bright, man.
Because I haven't watched it since.
I like it. I really like it. I like the edge. The edge is unreal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the star this week for me was the first episode of that new season of C. Next level, man. Wow.
That opening alone, like, that's how you just get people in. And it's not just like, just killing them like every other way that you've seen it. Like, they made it really dynamic almost.
Yeah.
Like,
really showcased the blind as well.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Like, I'd never seen the whole, like stab someone in the chest and then, like, just lift the sword by the handle and get their head as well.
Yeah. No, I've never seen that before. It was unreal.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Ends in such a big bloody cliffhanger as well. I just wanted more.
Same. Like, I wish they did the usual Apple Drop 2.
Yeah.
No.
I checked. Because I saw the second episode there and was like, coming September 23rd. I was like, I don't want that. Not September 23rd, October 3rd, I think.
September 3rd?
September 3rd, sorry. Yeah.
My God. If they did that, like, mid-season break thing right at the start.
One a month. You get one a month.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And that was it. That's all I watched this week.
Very good.
I can dig it. I watched that The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf. I thought this was going to be... this was fucking mad. This was real good. What do you call it? I thought this was going to be a series, but it's a full, hour and 20 movie.
Very good.
Yeah. So this one stars old mate Vesemir, young Vezi, as I like to call him now. But it almost shows the origin of the Wolf School and him sort of going through and he's, I guess, fighting for coin by killing monsters as a Witcher does. But, the fight scenes were very well animated. The only thing that sort of threw me off was that they do a bit of, time jumping. And it can get a bit confusing at points. But other than that, I really enjoyed the fighting. Acting was pretty good as well. Animation was beautiful. And it kept that same, that Witcher feel, because it was just violent as fuck. And there was just a lot of swearing as well.
That's mad. I'd have to throw that on there. Hour 23, that movie.
It flies. Pacing was really well done for that. But yeah, other than that, I finally started watching The Wire. Watched that first episode for the 7th time.
Yeah.
Last night. Enjoyed it. Now I just want to watch some more now.
Very good.
I fucking love Dominic West's character in there. It's cool, man. Him and Bunk's relationship seems kind of cool as well. I want to see more of that.
Out. Gets a bit of a chill. Has a runny nose. He gets cold snot for the rest of his life.
What fucking killed me is when he walks out of the court to that lawyer. That lawyer's arguing, that's the price you're gonna give me. Okay. You wanna hear that? That's my fucking dick in your ear. Yeah, hold on, you fucking thief. Oh, fuck.
That's
Shit
bad.
killed me.
I'll get around to The Wire. Soon.
Yeah.
I watched Hard Target this week for reflections. I watched Predator There's an episode of Reflections dropping today on YouTube. It's out already. I finally finished off that extended edition for Return of the King, which is
I love that movie.
That movie moves really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pacing, like I was like, the last like 40 minutes, but not. It just flew
That last
past.
40 minutes is like 30 minutes of it is the battle.
Yeah, but it's like intercut with them like that slow like scramble up the mountain, Mount Doom. Why didn't you just sprint?
Stem!
Why didn't they just get the eagles to fly them over there?
I thought about that. Why didn't they do that in the first place? But because the Eye of Sauron is watching constantly, if someone came in flying with the ring, the Nazguls would just come out and just destroy them. Like he would focus all of his army's power in just bringing those eagles down.
Please.
That eagle would have to fly like nearly out of the atmosphere of the earth and then just dive bomb straight into the volcano.
What do you mean? It would be a suicide mission.
Yeah.
That eagle should have just held Frodo, and then as soon as it was over Mount Doom, just drop him straight in there. One hobbit for the rest of the world is like, that's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
Wow. Stakes was high in that conversation.
That's what it should have been.
I watched Aliens, which is the last movie in Just Action, July and August. That'll be dropping this Thursday.
Very good.
I watched the
Director's cut.
Director's cut. Had to be the 1990 special edition.
Very good.
Come on, champion. I know, because sometimes you can't find it.
Yeah.
But weirdly, Amazon have it up. On Prime, they've got the special edition.
Very good.
I know.
They've got it on What's-His-Face as well. On Apple.
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
Yeah, you can choose the version.
Yep. I watched the whole season of The Prince, which is...
What is that?
This is the... it's like a 15-minute show, and it's Prince George, the royal family.
Ah, yeah.
And this sort of ultra-heightened comedic sort of satire of their life. Fuck, it's funny. The way that they skewer Camilla Parker Bowles is so bad, man. They make her out like a horse. And every time, like, Prince Charles is like, Mummy, Camilla wants to say something. And then, like, he'll go, come on, Camilla, say it. And then Camilla will just shake her head like that. And then they'll just feed her, like, this sugar cube.
That's wild.
It's so funny, man. Like, it's like, the easiest watch. I was just threw it on over a couple of nights there. I caught up on Reservation Dogs, so that episode 4 out.
Nice.
This show just keeps getting better and better. Just with how they showcase like normal everyday reservation life, and you think like, oh, it's just gonna be like, well, it's not just gonna be, but it's gonna be like Native Americans doing Native American things, but it's so normal.
Yeah.
That it's not funny. But this episode was like focused on like the father of one of the main characters and him just not showing up and being there and how they sort of work through that. It's like a real dramatic episode. It was good. And then I watched What If. And this What If was good, man. Like I really liked the animation on this. Yeah. It was weird hearing Black Widow not voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Wasn't part of the deal, huh?
Nah. But like a couple of people like make recurring appearances here, which is cool. Like I really like seeing some of the characters in here. And then I watched C. Started that C episode 1, season 2 there. And it was good. So damn good, man. And there's so much that didn't happen in the trailer. And the only thing is, in the episode, I laughed because someone's getting whipped, but he's getting whipped by those battle ropes that people work out with. I don't know what's more punishing. The person getting whipped or the whipper? You know what I mean?
I have to change out whippers every 20 minutes.
I don't think anyone would last 20 minutes. I reckon 45 seconds with that. If someone was just going hard out and just whipping it like constantly, man, you get so tired on that thing.
Great workout, though.
Yeah. So they keep them in shape. But I really liked how they're expanding the world now.
Yeah.
Like you've seen them in like their small little village in the first season, then kind of expand to these different parts of the land. And now they're in Pittsburgh, and it just opens it up again. You see civilization on a grand scale in a blind world. Like it doesn't feel like they did it like there was gaps in the logic for how a blind person would now navigate in these cities.
How a blind person would build, how they do all that as well. Like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's not rooted in reality, but the blindness is. Yeah, couple of twists and turns in this episode as well.
It was.
Yeah, I'm in. I was in deep.
Same. Pause.
One episode. Yeah, and that was it. That's it.
That's it.
That is a wrap. Catch us on all social media, from Twitter, where we're Smokin' Mirrors Oz, as in the Wizard of, Instagram, Facebook, we're on there too. TikTok, if you like to rock around the clock, you know, certified freaks, 7 days a week. We are on Spreaker, where we host our podcast. Check us out there. Logo Smith Media. We got a bevy of different shows to choose from, and you can see the video counterparts on YouTube. Also, Logo Smith Media, where we're dropping shit every week, sometimes 2-3 times a week. Yeah. So take care of yourself. Love yourselves. Love movies.
Get vaccinated. And if you don't, that's fine as well. We rock with you the long way.
Yeah. Strong way.
Yeah.
And vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.